So, it's been a hot minute since my last Persona review, so I'm here to make another one. I recently finished Persona 2 Innocent Sin again after a year for two reasons. One, to use a save transfer in Eternal Punishment, and two, to make this video. And well, I haven't done the save transfer thing just yet as I'm recording it for audio for this video, but I will soon. Anyways, let's stop wasting time and move on. Persona 2 Innocent Sin is an Atlas game initially released on the 24th of June 1999, with its remaster of the same name releasing in April of 2011. For the duration of this video, I'll be covering the PlayStation Portable version over the PlayStation 1 version, as I have only finished the PSP version. Anyways, let's start with covering the story. Persona 2 Innocent Sin begins 3 years after the events of the first Persona in 1999. The location is Sumaru City, a large fictional metropolitan area set in modern-day Japan. Sumaru City becomes cursed after events during the beginning of the game that cause any rumor that spreads enough to be true. The silent protagonist of the game is Tatsuya Suo. Tatsuya is dragged into the plot by Lisa Silverman, a fellow student who idolizes Tatsuya, when conflict between Seven Sisters High and Kasugayama's high school begins. The two come across Eikichi Mishina, the self-proclaimed boss of Kas High. After getting into a fight, the three play a game, summoning the Joker, a mysterious antagonist rumored to appear before anyone that calls him. Anyone who fails to tell Joker their wishes, either because they lack one or refuse to tell him, has their ideal energy stolen, reducing them to ambitionless shells called shadow cells. Once summoned, Joker claims that the three students had done something terrible to him in the past, and is angered when they do not recognize him. Swearing revenge and wielding an odd crystal skull, he departs, leaving the trio confused and eager to learn more about him. Later on, they make a point of saying that Tatsuya and the Joker look alike. Eventually, the three students are joined by Maya Amano and her friend Yukino Mayuzumi, who returns from the first game and is already familiar with demons and capable of using a persona. The five then search for Joker, the source of all rumors that spread becoming reality. Their search leads the group to clash with a cult-like following known as the Masked Circle. It is later revealed that the original Masked Circle was a group of friends, including Tatsuya, Maya, Lisa, Ikichi, and Jun, when they were all kids. After debunking numerous rumors and defeating several members of the Masked Circle, the group meets with Joker, who then reveals himself to be Jin Kurosu, the fifth childhood friend and member of the original Masked Circle. Eventually, the widely spread rumor that the Führer had survived World War II with his secret forces, the last battalion, surfaces and his forces invade Sumaru City. Tatsuya and the others fight off both remaining Masked Circle members and the last battalion soldiers to obtain the Crystal Skulls, defeating their own shadows in the process. Towards the end of Innocent Sin, Tatsuya and the others board an alien spaceship known as the Xibalba, another rumor that had spawned into reality. In the deepest parts of Xibalba, the group finds the Führer wielding the Spear of Destiny, the spear that pierces Jesus Christ, that is said to leave him more to wound the sickness of his flesh, and defeats him. At the conclusion of the game, it is revealed that all the events have been orchestrated by Nyarlathotep in an attempt to show that the negatives of humanity would outshine the positives, contrary to Philemon's beliefs. Nyarlathotep then takes his true form and fights Tatsuya and the others. After the fight, Nyarlathotep manipulates Maya Okamura into striking Maya Amano with the Spear of Destiny, killing her quickly. With the prophecy fulfilled, the Earth's rotation suddenly stops, destroying everything on the surface of the planet save for Sumaru City. Philemon tells Tatsuya that there is a way to prevent Maya's death and stop Nyarlathotep from destroying the world. Tatsuya agrees to create a new timeline in which Nyarlathotep is not successful, in exchange for everyone's memories. Now we move on to the gameplay. Persona 2 Innocent Sin is an entirely different battle system to its predecessor. It's focused around auto-battling more than your standard turn-based combat. When you press circle, or X if you're playing the Japanese version, it quits battle on the next party member's turn. Pressing triangle in the basic menu will essentially make the game function like the PlayStation version. I personally found contacting demons pretty boring. Once you find what makes them happy or eager, you just spam that until they give you cards. The dungeons are third person, unlike Persona 1. This was a massive improvement and set the groundwork for future Persona titles to take from. Bosses for the most part were enjoyable and fun. Aside from the Longinus robots, were rather tedious to deal with as most of them are easy to kill. There's also gambling in this game, and also in Persona 1, but I didn't gamble in these games as there was no point in doing so. This game also doesn't have a New Game Plus for some reason, although Eternal Punishment on the PlayStation does, Persona 3 does, and Persona 4 does, all of which predate Innocence and PSP. The music I can't really comment on, as I had the music off my whole replay run and just listened to the audio I had downloaded onto my phone. This game's music, from what I remember, was better on PSP than it was on PSX. However, that is entirely subjective. I will play a few songs of the OST of both versions so you can decide which one you prefer. I don't remember touching upon the UI in my Persona 1 video, but I will shortly do it here. When it comes to Persona 1, the PlayStation version had a much more vibrant and interesting UI compared to the PSP version, where it's all gray and boring. Persona 2, both of them have the exact opposite issue. The PlayStation version was gray and dull and lifeless. While you could change the pause menu backdrop and text box backdrop in the settings, you can't change the battle menu backdrop, so you were stuck with a dull, lifeless gray gradient the whole time. In Innocence and PSP, everything's red. While you cannot change it, it looks much more vibrant and visually pleasing to look at than the PS1 version. Eternal Punishment makes it even better. You get an option between 6 colors, so you can choose to have the Innocence and PSP colors, the Persona 3 ones. You can have the purple from Eternal Punishment, from Persona 1 more like. You can even have just the gray, the dull gray that Persona 1 and the original games had. Overall, I kinda disliked Innocent Sin on both my first and second playthrough. Unlike Persona 1, where even when I play PSX, I still enjoy it, this game was just really boring and unnecessarily easy. This game is worse than its predecessor in my opinion, but what are your thoughts on Persona 2 Innocent Sin for the PSP, or Persona 2 in general? Let me know in the comments below. If you want to see me upload more videos, like, subscribe. Maybe I'll make an EP review in a year and a half. Anyways, bye.